The Pentagon audit results: 27 total audit performed, 7 received clean, unmodified, air quotes, reports, 26% passing grade. That's coming from Stars and Stripes. Auditors didn't even receive enough of the department's accounting records to make a complete assessment. And this isn't even the first time. So yes, the Pentagon that controls GOOGOBS, the technical term of money, cannot pass audits. It's the 5th consecutive time since the first yearly report in 2018 that auditors gave the Pentagon this assessment. They're not doing a good job. You may be asking, what about before that? Well, yeah, that was my question too. Before 2018, the Defense Department, which has assets worth more than 2 trillion with the T, underlined, bolded, underscored, and receives hundreds of billions of dollars from Congress each year, had never been independently audited. Now, if you can wrap your mind around that, I don't know, John, if you want to jump in on this part, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yeah, I mean, look, with the size of the budgets that we're talking about there, even a tiny amount of waste, let alone corruption, could be countless billions of dollars per year. And I'm assuming, look, they pointed out that there were a lot of failures there, and this is still a complex thing that's going to involve many individuals, many contractors. You can hide a lot of waste even when it's being audited. Can you imagine the level of fraud and theft that was going on when decade after decade would go by, with the only people doing the auditing being the people most likely to be in on the corruption in the first place? Just massive sums of money that we will never have an accounting of.
Never know where that money went. I just can't even believe that this has been allowed all this time and that they just started auditing them in 2018. Makes no sense to me. And some are bottomless pits for tax dollars. There has still been no complete accounting at all, if you can believe that, for the lengthy development of the F35 Lightning II fighter jet, which is the world's most expensive weapons system. The department said earlier this year the cost to develop and procure the jet had risen to more than $400 billion. Would it be underline underscore exclamation point? This is enough to make you want to cuss, John. Seriously, nobody else would be able to get away with this.
No other country would require that much spending for the entirety of their defense, let alone one plane in their arsenal. That's expensive. The F-22 is separately insanely expensive. The Osprey is insanely expensive. You can look at the Challenger tank that thankfully was eventually canceled. Any one of these individual boondoggles is more expensive than the combined total defense spending of many other countries that have managed to exist without being conquered over the last few decades. We're choosing to waste this money because that money was wasted. We didn't get our money's worth. Our military didn't get our money's worth, but someone got that money. They didn't deliver. They still got the hundreds of billions of dollars. That's right. So credit to people like Bernie Sanders for initially pushing for these audits and continuing to push for consequences when they're failed. If not for people like that, we would never know about any of this.
Never know. And organizations like Code Pink, shout out to you. Ben Cohen, one of his life's work has been to draw attention to the bloated military budget and not the part of the budget that goes to the enlisted men and women and family and friends. We're talking about what goes to contractors. That's what we're talking about, but drop the mic. You can go and follow that on Twitter. So we need to know where the money goes because the budget is huge. Just take a look at the Pentagon budget. Pentagon's 2022 budget, $783 billion.
Damn.
Biden's requested 2023 budget, $813 billion. Planned spending over 10 years, $7.5 trillion. John, we spend more on our military than like the next 10 countries combined, and most of those countries are our allies.
Yeah, it's so crazy. That's why you constantly have MSNBC and CNN spend hours every night saying, how can we afford this? Like, how can we actually afford this? It's just too much.
It really is too much.
Never happens.
Can we put up, no, it never happens. But when we talking about forgiving student debt, extending the child tax credit,
Yep.
All of those little good things that help the people in the hoods where they're misunderstood. I always want to know how we're gonna pay for it. Let's put up this graphic really quickly, a reminder of how we spend way more money than they do. I know I said it, but baby, I want you to see it. This is Peter and Peterson. Y'all see that? Do they see it, John? I want them to see it. Yeah. And just in case you're listening and not looking, China, India, United Kingdom, Russia, France, Germany, Saudi Arabia, Japan, South Korea, all of those countries combined, $777 billion. Countries combined, yes, you heard me, 9 countries combined, and the United States of America all by ourselves, $801 billion. It is a damn disgrace, is what it is.